Well. Welcome to Echols Virtual Academy. Konnichiwa kyodai toshimai, my brothers and sisters. So, one of my students asked me, Mr. Echols, how do you multiply fractions? Well, let's get to it. So we're gonna start out with a problem right here. This is gonna be 5/8 times 1/3. So when you're looking at fractions, it's a very simple process. All you gotta do is what's called multiply across. Not cross multiply, but multiply across. Multiply the numerator by the other numerator. Multiply the denominator by the other denominator. So 5 times 1 is 5, and 8 times 3 is 24. So your answer to this problem is 5/24. Well, let's take another problem before we say we got it, because this can get pretty difficult sometimes. Let's try 3/4 times 1/5. Once again, you do the numerator times the numerator, and the denominator times the denominator. 3 times 1 is 3. 4 times 5 is 20. 3/20. Now, I know you're saying, Mr. Echols, this is so easy. This is so simple. How could this get any more difficult? Well, let's introduce some numbers here. A little bit bigger. How about 15 over 25 times 50 over, let's see, big number. How about 50 over 90? So now you're saying, oh my goodness, I don't want to do 15 times 50 and 25 times 90. Well, let Mr. Echols teach you a little trick. This is called seeing what numbers have in common, or reducing, or whatever your teacher may tell you. Mr. Echols is telling you whatever he wants to tell you. So instead of multiplying across, let's chotomate. Hold on just a second. And let's look and see what we have crisscross ways. What's the biggest number that can be divided into both 15 and into 90? Well, when you think about it, 15 plus 15 is 30, right? 5 plus 5 is 10. Carry the 1. 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3, so you get 30. Well, you know that 3 goes into 9 3 times. So then that means that 30 goes into 90 3 times. I hope you're following me. What that should tell you is that 15 is the biggest number that can be divided into both 15 and 90. So let's divide both of these numbers by 15. So 15 divided by 15 gives us 1. So we can cross this 15 out and put a 1. And 90 divided by 15, we saw that 2 15s make up 30, and 3 30s make up 90. So really, how many 15s go into 90? Well, 2 15s make 30, and then 3 30s make 90. So 6 15s make 90. So 90 divided by 15 is 6. So you can cross the 90 out and put a 6 there. Now what about 25 and 50? What's the biggest number that is divisible into 25 and into 50? Well, let's think of money. I know not too many people have coins nowadays, but everybody knows what a quarter is. Well, a quarter is 25 cents. Well, if you get 2 quarters, how many cents is that? It's 50. So the biggest number that can be divided by 25, or divided into 25, is 25. And the biggest number that can go into 50 that they have in common is also 25. So 25 divided by 25 gives you 1. So we can cross this 25 out and put a 1. And 50 divided by 25 gives you 2. So you can cross this out and put a 2. So then you're left with 1 over 1 times 2 over 6. Now you multiply the numerator by the numerator and the denominator by the denominator to get an answer of 2/6. But you're still not done. See, I told you this was going to get complicated because you can make this 2/6 into a smaller fraction. But you got to ask yourself, what is the biggest number that divides into 2 and divides into 6? Well, with 2, you only have 2 choices. It's either 1 or 2. So you automatically know 2 divided by 2 gives you 1, and 6 divided by 2 gives you 3. So your final answer is 1/3. See, I told you this would get complicated, but hey, we got it.
Answer? Where'd you find this? Soka. Anata wa subarashi desu ne.
So today we learned how to multiply fractions. And multiplying fractions is very, very easy. But if you get larger numbers, it can get very, very complicated. So always make sure to show your work and always make sure to try your best. And if you need to come back to this video, you can anytime. But if you want to help Mr. Echols, you can always donate to my Patreon, and you can even request a video that I will make and put out on Patreon for you and on YouTube. Remember, like, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends, share it with your family, watch it when you need help, and thank you for attending this session at the Echols Virtual Academy. Sayonara!